All right, so let me show you how I use the fib so I can bottom tick, top tick. This is how I do it personally. So I ain't gonna lie, it take a lot of patience. This the 1 minute. I can already see. What time was this? This was like, well, even though it say 3:40, I'm on LA Pacific time, so this was like 12 p.m. for me. This to me is like a perfect example of how I would bottom tick. I don't even think I took this try. I saw it playing out, but I was already locked out of my account, so I didn't take it. I'll use this. All I do is I really wait for a big move to happen, and I wait for the pullback, and I use that swing point because it's really just a pullback entry. Like that's it. Because look at how this line up perfect from here to here. That's the swing point. I always use the bearish count. I don't really use this like from here. Like even though this were like the move, kind of you could. That's what people I think go wrong. They use like the bottom of the wick. That's not where the move really start. The move starts with this candle. This impulsive move, I always use like the base. Well, if there's a wick, I'll use the wick, but it's usually for some reason like a base of the body, and I'll just use that. Even if there's a wick, don't get me wrong, I'll use a wick, but there's no wick right here. It's just solid candle, boom, straight, boom, and out from that swing point to the swing point, bottom tick all day, and then you just want to hold it. And look at this. Look at what price do all the way to the -2. Crazy work. That's crazy work. So look, let's see if, and I'll just be back testing this. And this the NQ. I don't even trade the NQ, but imaginatively I do. Like if I were to go in, cause I want to practice. Like if I get drawdown, I want to see how much drawdown I'll be in if price goes against me and like. But honestly, with these plays, I don't see a lot of drawdown. I'm not gonna lie, like I don't like being in drawdown. I don't think nobody do. So let's just say I bought this and it played out. Look at that. All the way to the point two. And you're not gonna always just set your TP right here. It gotta make sense with something. Like that's a random spot to put your TP. Like to you just wanna take profit when you feel the need. You could even just go for this. Go for this part. This little high right here. You wanna take that high out. Cause you don't know how when price gonna pull back on you. But that's literally how I would bottom tick. I catch plays like this all the time because I'll just wait for an impulsive move up, and there's always some sort of pullback. I always wait for the pullback. I don't FOMO. I don't be like, oh, it's going up, and then I jump up in here, and then if I jump up in here and here, that's how you get drawdown. And I be seeing traders do that. Not bad, not horrible, but you just not bottom tick. You just going with momentum, and that to me, it's not a good win rate. Cause you're gonna freak yourself out. You're gonna be in drawdown, and my whole game plan, my whole strategy is just to limit drawdown. I think that's for any trade. You just don't want to be in drawdown. And so that's why most of the time I'll put a stop loss just in case. You never know, price could just like stop you out quick. But for the most part with my strategy, I just have a mental stop loss. Like if I see price struggling to bounce from here, I'm out. I'm not playing around. I'll wait. I'd rather wait. If it do this, take out these lows and then come back up. It's better to wait. So I have a mental stop loss. So that's and like I said, I didn't take this because price action was trash today. Like, and then there's another one right here. I can already see it. This whole move, this was the real move too. So what time was this? This was earlier today. I didn't even catch this either, but this is how I would look at it. Like from like I said, the bullish move where the leg starts. It doesn't start right here. This is just chop on the last candle. That's why I just wait. I'm patient and I let price do its thing, cause I'm just gonna get in on the pullback. So look from that wick to here, and then look bottom tick, 0.79. So how I would position myself with the bottom tick, I'll just set a buy limit right here. Even when price doing all this, I'm waiting. Not gonna lie. Even this, like I'll not gonna lie, like I'll set a buy limit here. But I'll slowly, like if I seen this wick come down and jump up, I have a feeling this is going to hop soon up, hop right off this because there's an order block right here. You want to line it up with something, and this is like my stop loss right here. If price goes under this fair value gap, which it never tapped, and what I've learned is when price does not tap these fair value gaps, that's a bullish signature. That means price it did jump off this one, but if it don't even come down to here, and this is why I would put like my stop loss right here, or if you want to go right here, depending on your risk management. I would not. People be like, "Oh, put it under these lows." No, because there's a fair value gap that price can eventually want to fill, and you'll have like an impulsive move. That's why people get stopped out. You'll have an impulsive move that'll test this fair value gap because it's happened to me. That's what I'm saying. Like I back tested this type of shit. So I would put it. I would want to ideally put it under these lows because I'm out of like plays not is point. The OT's right here. If it comes down here, the play ain't really in motion no more. Like so, really this FEG right here is my last line of defense. So I'll probably put it like right here because it price if it was bullish it would bounce from here. But price is so bullish it didn't even tap this. It just went off this one. So you gotta line it up with stuff like that. That gains your confidence. But this is another move. How much is this? How many? Another 60 pointer. Crazy. And I'm telling you, look, this is how intricate this shit gets. So there's that one. Even if like you could catch this one from this base point. This is how minuscule this shit is. Look, boom. Look at that. Another bottom tick. Even if it ain't this exact bottom tick, you had another chance to get in right here. And then look, yeah, price chopped a little bit. All you had to do is set your stop loss here or here. There's no other PD raise. Price should not go below this. It already swept this liquidity right here. And then this already has swept. That's where you gotta look at the narrative. Like with this alone, price should not go nowhere under this. This was a liquidity sweep from like all these lows. Like this why price to me was just bullish. Even this right here, look. Look. Crazy. 0.79. 0.79. You just gotta play with it, cause like I said, I always use the base. Where the legs start off this bullish impulsive move. I started from there, and then boom, and set your stop loss right here. This is how it ideally look. I ain't gonna lie, I don't even be drawing the tool out. Everything just mental. But like, let's say 0.79. Your stop loss right here. Boom. How many points is that? And this is why you just gotta take profit, cause you would initially aim for these highs, right? But look, price didn't clear this high just yet. You would have got edged hard, and you would have just ended up taking profit down here. That's fine, cool. You could have just held it. I don't like holding on strong pullbacks like this because I've tried it, and a lot of times it either comes back to break even or just stop me out. You don't want to play around with when you up 500, 1,000, and then it comes back. Now you down. I mean, you up 200, 100, or whatever. That's gonna to me mentally bug me out. Like I'm not gonna want to like hold that. So I'm gonna try to close the profit. It's gonna this pullback would have freaked you out, especially if you would have probably saw like. But ideally, if you hold it, but you could have eventually ate all this. But then again, watch. Like I said, you could have took profit there, and then look, I can already eyeball this. Let's say from this base to this base. Look, like clockwork. I'm telling you. Look, bottom tick, 0.79, and look, skyrocket, crazy. So there was moves. You gotta learn how to read the chop. You just gotta let price do what it do. If I see a high, like out from this to here, boom, pull back up. From this to here, up, pull back up. Like so, there was moves. You just gotta really read. And this is the 1 minute. So that's it's just patience. You can make money in the chop. People just don't know. Like that's why the 5 minute. I like the 5 minute because the candles are more solid. Cause look, from this base to this, money. I would set my buy limit right here. This is what I do. I'll literally just set my buy limit right here before. Once I start seeing a pullback and price doesn't go above the swing point, I'll just wait. Let it do what it do. I'll just set my buy limit right here. Skyrocket. And this was towards the end of the day. I don't even really trade these hours like that. Was this power hour? Yeah, I think this was like low key power hour. Probably. But this is why. And this wasn't even a good trading day. And then this was another one that I saw this morning. I just didn't take it. I swear I was going to, but this is when your bias gets in the way. But this was the top of the market this morning. This when price went up. This was market open right here, 9:30. It's 6:30 my time. But 9:30 I always keep my chart on New York time. But let's say I'm usually on the 1 minute when we like live trading, obviously, but I'm always in between the five too, because the five gets more like solid structure. But on the 1 minute, I saw this play out, and I wanted to get it, but since price was bullish, I was not messing with no type of bearish setups at all, especially because of yesterday price action. So was it from here? I think it was from here to here. Look at that. On the money. Top tick. And I seen this and I swear I was gonna take it, but I just hesitated so bad because I just felt like price was just gonna keep going up and just keep making new highs because price has been dumb bullish, like bruh, bullish structure. So that's why I made like what 800 today. I forgot what plays I took. I'm not even gonna lie. I think actually what play because I made money in London. I made some plays in London, which I could show you real quick. But this was a perfect top tick. And then look what happened after. Price went down. Obviously, I would have took profit. I'm not going to hold through all this. But if you learn to hold and just set your stop loss and just let the market wait till like market stop you out, that was literally like a top tick, bro. You could have held all this. It never came back up to that point. So if you would have just held it, which in hindsight is easy to say because it's always price always reversing. But that to me is like a perfect entry. That's a top tick. I would set a sell limit. And it was a fair value gap right here too. Look, boom. That low ass fair value gap and like order block, boom. All type. So ideally that's how I would use it. And let me show you a crazy trade that I saw during London. I think it was even like 3 in the morning. I was asleep. I was down asleep. Where was it? See, that's why I go to the 5 minutes. It's so hard to like tell with these little ass candles. I can already see this crazy. From this wick to this wick. Boom. I could just eyeball this shit. Order block. Wick theory, just crazy. Look, boom, boom, crazy work. But look at what time that is. It's 1 in the morning. This Eastern time, so even though it's say 4:30, it's 1:30 in the morning. Did I stay up for this? Cause I know I caught a play. Oh, I think I caught this play. What time was it? I know I caught a London play because I posted it. It was somewhere in this chop. That's why I didn't hold none of this, and that's crazy because I bottom ticked one of these. I think it was one of these. I gotta look at my screenshot. I think this is what I did from this base to this swing point. That's probably what it was. From this base to this swing point. Yeah, that's what it was. I think I caught this play. I bottom ticked this. Because on the 1 minute, so I used the 5 minutes to look for solid structure, and then boom, this is where the leg starts. This green candle, boom, 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 just went straight up. I didn't catch this, but I let price do its thing, and I waited on the pullback until it hit 0.79, and I caught this. Yeah, this is the one I caught, and I made like $500 on this. That's why I didn't even make that much money during New York, because I made money last night. This was at midnight my time. Literally at 12 o'clock open, the price got real volatile. Look at all this. That's why I didn't hold my shit. But if I really would have held, like just put my stops under here. Because I kept thinking, I ain't gonna lie, you see this volume gap? I feel like price was going to come back and either close this or tap it, and it never did. So I really was just going to leave my stop right here and go to sleep. And I wish I did that, because price just shot up overnight. As soon as I knock out, price want to do all this. Look, crazy work. But then I could even, if I stayed up all night, if I was in a different time zone, like Dubai, and like I'm up, then like boom, from here to this week, crazy. Bottom tick. All the way up. And then look, this was the move. All the way, it's not going to always be on point, but look, to this -2. And I think I did capture. There was a point because in the morning, that's another move I made. In the morning, I think I top ticked. Yeah, this morning, I top ticked this because I think I still have my fib from last night on this move. I think it was this move. It was like a different move. Where was it from? And that's how I think. That's why I'm trying to learn standard deviation a little more, because you want to find where the move really just goes off from. So let's say it was from this. You see how price is at this 0.79 OTE, and if you go up, see, yeah, that's exactly what happened, because I swear I caught this to the T. I even posted it. I posted a screenshot. I had a sell limit right here. Right before this was market open. Before market even open, I already had a sell limit right here. Cause I'm like, I looked at this -2 and it literally to the T of this wick, boom. And I think I had like either 10 contract. I forgot how. I think probably just 5 or 6. I made a couple hundred as soon as it tapped in, boom. And I think it did all. It's 5 minutes, so you can't really see. But on the 1 minute, it went like pretty like down here, like, and it's a pretty big move if you consider like. But I be taking profit. I don't be holding shit, and I'm glad, because look what happened. All got stopped out. So price ended up coming to this -2. It was in the zone. At that point, I was just scared. Like, seeing, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I didn't. Price just looked hella bullish coming up to these highs, and I just let price. I left price alone. I think that was literally probably like my last trade, and I was done for the day. I made like probably 800 for the day. And I just didn't know after that. I was like, once you make profit, you just be chilling. You cool. I'll watch and observe and like kind of just for like knowledge purposes to see what price gonna do. And that's like, it's almost like forward testing. If anything, I really just be paper trading after that. That's why I'm logged into this paper trade account. But I'll mess with it from this base to this base. It's in the zone. Well, actually, from this swing to this swing, it's in the zone. If I would have took this and just held it, like, even if it's just 1 micro, 2 micros, let's say even just with 1 NQ, which is obviously 10 micros. If you look at my screenshots, I don't really trade minis, because I don't know, it's just, I feel like you get more flexibility with micros. You could partial out more. Like, if you got 1 contract, 1 mini, you can't take partials. You got to close your whole position out with just one mini, and that's already 10 micros. Like, at that point, I'll just close out 5 micros and take profit and hold the rest. Like, make it a free trade, make some. But holding 1 mini kind of crazy, you not gonna lie. And then let's say I sold right there, and there's just it's 1 mini. Like, I can't even partial out with 1 mini right here, even though I'm up 500. Look, this gonna scare you. Boom, I ain't gonna lie. People get out and break even. Like, that's why I ain't gonna lie. I never really set my break even. I always have like a mental stop loss. But that's why I ain't gonna lie. If you see Lucci, he always get broke even, because it's like he done profitable trader. But during live, like when he said I'm going break even, he low key begin break even sometimes depending on his entry. And then price still go his way. That don't mean he wrong, cause price still, but that's just price action. Price gonna just do. It's gonna price. Like, it's gonna do what it do. It's gonna. So, but yeah, look, price never came back up. And this is why back testing is so key. And it's funny, cause it's always the trades I don't take that play out like this. But when I'm in a trade and I want to hold it, that motherfucker always whiplash and come back. And like, I'll be in profit like 500,000. That's why I always partial out. Take some and just make it a free trade. And see, price never came back up there. It did all this little, I would have been out though. You don't want to hold all day. Like, it's not a good look holding all day. But that's pretty much it. A lot of people ask me about how I use my OTE fib and how I anchor it. Like, boom, look, let me go out of this. I'm gonna show you one more. I can already see it. I can eyeball this already and see another little. Like, anytime it curl down or like make a U shape, it always like be dropping. Like, it's like, I don't know if y'all noticed that, but. See, now it just disappeared. I had seen Oh, it was this one. I think I already marked this one out, but this was a good one too. Yeah, I think I did show this one earlier. Perfect bottom tick. Yeah. So that's kind of how I do it. But like, obviously, look at all this chop. It was not much I couldn't do. Like that's why I just locked myself out. I didn't trade because I would have got tempted to like do some dumb shit and just start losing my profit and eventually start like revenge trading. And I just mess with it like from this swing point to this swing point. Look, it's still an OT entry even if you missed out on this. But I don't like how price close like this. But yeah, man, you just gotta keep practicing.